We move on to declarations of interest. I don't have any public participation. Robert Huffman, if you'd like to come forward, please. Thank you. The staff will come down and collect that for you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You can begin now.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to make this statement. It's in relation to earthquakes. Just a little after midnight of the 14th of November 2016, an earthquake of magnitude 7.8 on the Richter scale struck the coastal South Island town of Kaikoura. Damage from the quake extended to the CBD of Wellington, where some of the buildings experienced masonry and broken window damage. One of the immediate results of that quake was the response of central government to pass urgent legislation to enable and allow the Wellington City Council to require building owners of the multi-story commercial buildings in the Wellington CBD to have structural engineers conduct detailed inspections of these buildings. These inspections were subject to peer reviews and assessed the buildings on the basis of percentage compliance with contemporary building codes. An arbitrary value of 33% of the current building code has been set as the minimum acceptable value of which a building must achieve in its inspection if it is to be allowed to be occupied. A number of Wellington's downtown buildings are at present vacant as remedial work is being done to bring these buildings up to a standard above the 33% minimum. At least this system of assessments will allow genuine inspections to be conducted and accurate information on the building code compliance rating of Wellington's downtown buildings to be made available to the public. In New Zealand, we are subject to the tectonic forces in an area known as the Ring of Fire, and consequently the chance of seismic activity is far greater than that in areas where tectonic plates are not colliding with each other. Another area of high seismic activity is Italy. Earthquakes are not uncommon in many parts of Italy, and in the town of Aquila, there was an earthquake in 2009 in April. There was a 5.9 magnitude, and the situation in Aquila has some strikingly similar circumstances to the Christchurch earthquake in February 22nd, 2011. There was a group, tribunal in Aquila of scientists, and y'all may recall that this group had made the statement there that there was, quote, no danger of an earthquake occurring. However, that quake did occur within a week after the tribunal had made this statement, and as a result, there were over 300 people that died who had moved back into their apartments. The reason, I guess, they made the statement was because they wanted business as usual to continue, and they wanted people to move back into their apartments. You may also recall that in the international news, in October 2012, there was a judgment given by an Italian magistrate whose name was Marco Billi, and Marco Billi found 6 scientists and there was one local government official guilty of culpable homicide. And anyway, that was in international news in October 2012. In 2013, on the anniversary of the February quake, there was a seminar here in Christchurch on disaster communication, and that was attended by at least one member of council who is sitting here today. I went to that seminar, and there was a professor from Italy who teaches disaster communication, and what he said was the most important thing in communication in disasters is giving accurate information to the public. I've been communicating with him since I met him. Anyway, that's there was an appeal of that decision, and in 2015 it was confirmed by the Supreme Court of Italy that the 6 scientists were, the guilty decision was quashed, and the one government official who had been found guilty, that was upheld, but the sentence was reduced from 6 years to 2.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for your time. Thank you. And the next is Wayne Hamilton. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Worship, the Mayor and other councillors. I'm here today speaking as a guardian of the New Zealand Firefighters Memorial, which is located on the corner of Kilmore Street and Madras Street. As most of you have all attended our celebration each year at the memorial, I'm sure you're all familiar with it. This was created by firefighters with the support of the community and this Christchurch City Council back in 2002 as an international memorial to our firefighters. On 27th of March this year, a Vodafone cell tower was erected on their reserve as part of national communications rollout. This is an insult to all firefighters as we stand, and particularly firefighters who have lost their life, which we have had obviously in Christchurch. This park is dedicated to all fallen firefighters throughout the world, in particular Christchurch firefighters. In regards to everyone in Christchurch, it has a memorial to the Christchurch earthquake, which was constructed by the firefighters from Australia and gifted to the City Council and the firefighters of New Zealand. I will just hand round I only have a few copies unfortunately, but you'll get the general gist of the impact to the reserve. Oh, cool, thank you. So each of the Christians about 5 of that one. Okay, cool. Thank you. Our question is, we have approached and raised this, but unfortunately time is against this in terms of if it becomes live. It's a lot harder to do anything about. In terms of, we would just like to know, is the council in agreement that it can stay there, or our feeling is that it should be removed as it is an insult to firefighters, and also it causes major impact to our lovely reserve, which is also an international tourist location. Thank you very much for this morning.
Thank you. This presentation model is not really appropriate for responding, but we're certainly aware of it, and we've asked our Chief Executive to look into the matter.
And I thank yourself and the fellow councillors for your support.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lynn.
Right, the next item on the agenda is deputations by appointment.